So every time I think, well, that was the best interview ever, and then we have another best interview ever, and she's delightful and had a lot of things to share. But I'm curious what your takeaways were, and if they match up with my takeaways. So I'll let you go first.
Well, I think really, a very esteemed guest too, coming from McKinsey, worrying about their people and organizational performance. So she's working with a lot of big companies, and she's saying, look, organizations have got to start helping people feel safe. Would we have had that conversation 3-4 years ago? No. That's a new way of thinking about things. And so I think that's healthy. It's exciting to see.
Yeah, that emphasis. And, we've seen that in a lot of different areas, right? Work-life balance has become a focus, and then flexibility in the workplace. But making it safe really contextualize it for me as well. And the adaptability paradox for me was kind of interesting. She said, you've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. How many times have I heard you say, you're never going to get comfortable with being uncomfortable? It's in the word to be uncomfortable. And then when she went to the elite athletes, that was really interesting for me, because it's not just about reps. That's key, that you know what to do. It's managing your emotions. It's managing that stress so that you can get in the flow and be in that calm state where in those high pressure moments, you can perform. I love that.
Well, I remember, I can't even remember the athlete, but he was a basketball player who's saying, I always played against this one guy, and he would just do awful things to me when the refs weren't looking. He would grab me in, just crazy places, and he would, I just hated playing against this guy, and he would get into my mind, And what she's saying is, look, those things happen now. They're going to happen all the time. We're going to be in chaos. It's not going to stop. And so it's that, like you were saying, the muscle memory of you can't let it get into your mind. You have to be comfortable. You're at the steering wheel. Be a little vulnerable yourself, but really changing our mindsets to say, I'm in control. No matter what's happening, I'm still going to take my shots. I'm still going to do those things I need to do.
Yeah, I'm in control, not my emotions. That was my takeaway. I love that Dutch saying, by the way, the soup is never eaten as hot as it's served. I'm going to really meditate on that one.
I think I'll need to, yeah.
Yeah. To me, the takeaway was, when you first get this, punch in the face that things are going crazy, that very quickly, right, you're served the hot soup, but it very quickly gets, edible, and it's never eaten as hot as it's served. Well, it's really interesting to me that, again, her personal practices, and we see this again and again, make sure you take care of yourself and find what works for you. For her, it was yoga, and how often have we heard, make sure you get out and walk around, make sure you're eating and you're getting your sleep. I mean, how many times have we made bad decisions because we're just exhausted? So that message comes out time and time again, and I don't think we can emphasize it too much. Make sure you're doing the basics. There are days when you wake up and you just don't feel great. What are the things that you do to get yourself in that flow, in that good state of mind? And often it's those rituals, right? Sleeping, exercising, eating well.
And as a leader, put on your own oxygen mask first, which we've said many times, but take care of yourself. But then she also talked about, what are leaders supposed to be doing now? Well, role model yourself, understand your team members. We've talked about this, right? Get to know their stories. You are now, instead of the top task giver, you as a manager, the top relationship builder. And that's a different way of thinking about our roles as leaders. So, instead of we want to try to control everything, the new role of a leader is, look, I don't have all the answers, but together we're going to find them. My job is to help guide us there.
Yeah. Last thing for me is she said, it's a lifestyle. It's not a quick fix. Mm-hmm. It's going to take time. You don't need to suffer, which I thought was a great message. You can do this and be intentional. Identify what the areas are, be intentional about the fixes, and make it a part of your lifestyle. I thought it was wonderful.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we want to thank Jackie for being on the show with us today. We want to thank Brent Klein, who produces our shows, to Christy Lawrence, who helps us find such amazing guests, and to all of you who listened in.
Yeah, and if you like the podcast, please share it. Download it. We'd love to have you visit our website, thecultureworks.com, for some free resources to help you and your team build a culture that will thrive. And then, of course, we love speaking, whether it's virtual or in person. If you want a great and engaging session with either of us or both of us together, we speak on culture, leadership, anxiety, and, of course, gratitude in the workplace. So give us a call.
Chester will come to your birthday party, your bar mitzvah, a bachelor party, whatever you want him to come to, he'll be there.
Yeah, I think Hallmark, actually, your 40th anniversary is Chester Elton keynote speak. Yeah. Well, listen, this has been a delight. We love our time with you. And, of course, we're very grateful for our Anxiety at Work podcast followers and the community we're building. So thanks so much for your time.